Let's look ahead to next week's game. They're at Minnesota, guys. And there was some chatter this week about Robert Griffin III and whether or not he'd be ready to play. And they played coy, as you kind of expected the team to do, and didn't announce that he was inactive until just before the game last night. But let me ask you this, and Neil, I'll start with you. If RG3 is medically cleared to play this week, should he start at Minnesota?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you're dealing with a quarterback that you invested 3 first-round picks to get, and who's proved to be injury-prone. Just let him heal. I mean, there's no reason they're not playing for anything. I know we're talking about 5-5 and all this other stuff, but they're not playing for anything.
He already is healed.
3-5.
They have a bye week coming. At least let Minnesota go past, get the bye week in here, get him truly healthy, and then you want to put him out there against Tampa Bay. I think that's fine. But to put him out there against Minnesota, who's a weak team, I just don't see any reason. I don't see what the upside is.
Okay, Keith, do you agree?
Yeah, I would say heck no. Don't play him.
Heck no.
Right. Only because
Ted said no.
You just said no. That's a heck no. So we doubled down on it.
I don't want to duplicate. No, I think because you have the bye coming up, you get to sort of double your value as far as rest for Griffin, as far as not really whether or not he's healed, but you get to run plays in practice for another week, get his timing back out. And we saw last night that Colt McCoy can take care of this thing. We've seen 6 quarters of him now.
He's take care of this thing.
Right.
That's a little much.
That's
Like
all you need.
That's what we thought Cousins could do after he played at Philly and against Jacksonville the first 2 games, right?
Don't get carried away with this cult of Colt thing, right?
But again, this is not going out to San Francisco like they're going to go in a month. This is going to Minnesota. It's a game that you can win with your backup quarterback, and then you give Griffin the bye week of practice and let him come back against Tampa Bay.
I have a great follow-up question, but Mike, I got to get your thoughts first.
If I go against these guys, I basically invalidate a column I wrote for this newspaper last week.
You've done that before on this show.
I have true. I have changed my mind, and I'm going to on another issue that you guys are going to be shocked about later. But I think that this is a time when you have to look at, if everything that you've gleaned from this season, if you gleaned anything, Robert Griffin III is your starting quarterback going forward. And so unless Colt McCoy turns into a world beater the next few weeks, I think it's a no-brainer, as Neil and Keith said. You have to sit him. You have to sit him because this isn't about this year. Even if they get through the next 2 games, they're going to be 5-7 in Week 13. They are not going to the postseason. I will say it now. Everybody knows it now. So why not look toward your future with this guy? Long-term investment, no short-term gain.
Let me throw this out there as a potential scenario. So you sit RG3 even though he's cleared to play. Colt McCoy lights up Minnesota. They're 4-5 going to the bye. Then you have to deal with the chatter of, why would you sit McCoy? Because he started and looked really good in 2 games in a row and came in to beat the Titans. Does the potential prospect of controversy factor in at all? Or is it RG3 as soon as he's healthy?
This is the Redskins. There's always controversy. It doesn't matter what this team does. They're not going to be able to win if they sit him, if they play him, if they win or they lose. People are going to second guess a rookie head coach, this franchise, these decisions, every which way to Sunday.
If he gets pummeled and he has a 22 quarterback rating, it's pretty much obvious. I don't think that I just can't see.
What's the
Colt
upside?
McCoy? I like him.
There's
I think he did a great job last year.
RG3 coming back on a 2-game win streak at the home game against Tampa Bay with McCoy on the bench.
If they're 6-2, maybe. They're 3-5.
No, but they'd be 4-5 potentially.
4-5.
I'm just saying, there would be talk 3.
That's the budget, America. They might be 4-5.
No. The only way you squander the season is if you come out, you play your 16 games, and you don't know whether you have a quarterback in the future. So you have to play Griffin.
There you go.
Yeah, but you have to play Griffin. But wouldn't that start this week?
No,
if he's healthy for Minnesota,
because you have to buy that extra week of time to get him ready to go against Tampa Bay. In theory, you play well against Tampa Bay, his confidence will be up.
So the bye week is a big factor in that. I get.
Give Colt his one last minute of glory.
All right, we'll see.